Tatiyampi buddhaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Tatiyampi dhammaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Tatiyampi saṅghaṃ saraṇaṃ gacchāmi. Saranagamaṇaṃ sampunnaṃ. Pānātipātā vēramaṇī sikkāpadaṃ samādhiyāmi. Adinādānā vēramaṇī sikkāpadaṃ samādhiyāmi. Kāmesu miccācārā vēramaṇī sikkāpadaṃ samādhiyāmi. Musāvādā vēramaṇī sikkāpadaṃ samādhiyāmi. Surāmēraya majjapamā daṭṭhānā vēramaṇī sikkāpadaṃ samādhiyāmi. Tisaranena saddhiṃ pañcasīlaṃ dhammaṃ sādhukaṃ surakkitaṃ kattvā appamādena sampādē tabbhaṃ. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammā sambuddhassa. Nahi vērena vērāni sammantida kudhācanaṃ. Avērena ca sammanti esa dhammo sanantano. Very good evening to everyone. I warmly welcome you all to our monthly Dhamma talk in English. And today I see some newcomers are here, and I'm really happy to see those newcomers. And usual comers are also here, very well. So it is very great opportunity that we can get chance to listen to the teachings of the Buddha, right? Not every time we get the opportunities to listen to the teachings of the Buddha, and also not many availables are there to learn, to listen to the teachings of the Buddha. So don't miss this special and important opportunity in your life. So it's once a month, right? Not every week, but once a month. So don't miss this golden opportunity in your life. So this is the best time for you to learn Buddhism, and don't wait until like your father and mother to learn Buddhism, until you become like that age to learn Buddhism, right? So this is the good time age to learn the teachings of the Buddha. Likewise, if you want to plant a tree, so when the tree is very young and tender, very small, so it's easy us to manage the tree, right? Rather than we wait until the tree fully grow to control it. So once it's very small, very young and small, we can manage that tree according to our way, right? So this is the golden age in your life. So you can arrange your life productively, meaningfully in the society in this age. So please do not waste your time. Just use your time productively to listen to the teachings of the Buddha and also learn some core teachings of the Buddha, right? So today I am going to teach you some of the very important teachings of the Buddha, and it is very important teachings actually, and also it's a very one of the negative qualities that you have in your life always. So do you know the topic today? What are we going to talk about today? Has anyone know? Do you know that? No? Yeah, good. If you, yeah. Anger. How often do you get angry? How many times do you get angry per day? Maybe you get angry inside you, but you don't want to show that you are angry, right? Because if you get angry, there are some ways to show your anger, right? So maybe within yourself you always get angry. Emotionally, maybe you get angry, but you don't show it to your parents, right? If you show it to your parents, you will be in trouble, right? So, anger is one of the common problems, negative problems of all human beings, right? No one is free from anger. Do you see your parents get angry? Really? How often do you see? Almost every day? Sometimes they do get angry. Many people in the society, they get angry. So today I am going to teach you the reason for anger and the causes for anger and how to overcome from anger. And what are the techniques that we can apply, we can use to minimize being angry. You want to know them? I hope that after listening to the talk, I'm very sure that I believe that you will not get angry again, because anger is that much bad quality. Anger is that much a dangerous quality in our life. We should not practice it. We should not let it arise. We should completely eradicate that one. In my talk today, I'm going to tell you some different stories, very beautiful and meaningful stories that the Buddha told us, and some incidents, how people acted, how people act when they get angry. So your talk gonna be a very interesting one today, okay? So listen carefully. So today I used one of the stanzas from Dhammapada. Do you know what Dhammapada is? What is that? It's a book, right? It's a handbook of Buddhists. So all the good teachings are in there. If you want to know the Dhammapada, if you want to have a look at the Dhammapada, I reckon you it's a very good book you can read. There are some beautiful stanzas, verses of the Buddha, and also followed by the beautiful stories. So we believe that those stories are related to the Buddha, related to his previous lives of the Buddha, right? So it's a very interesting. Please go and read it. You can get a lot of beautiful stories of the Buddha, previous life of the Buddha, right? Yeah, in that book there is one beautiful stanza. Nahi verena verani sammantidha kudhachanan averena cha sammanti esa dhammo sanantano. The Buddha said that anger itself never ceases by anger. How do you cease your anger? What you have to apply? If you want to overcome from your anger, what is the best method? The Buddha said, Buddha Sadhu said, anger never ceases by anger, but applying loving kindness, right? Love and compassion. Loving kindness is the only method to overcome from anger. Do you know what loving kindness is? Yes. Loving kindness is show your gratitude, respect, and caring towards anyone in the society. So now you got one answer, how to overcome from anger, applying loving kindness. That is Buddha Sadhu said, right? Anger never ceases by anger. Anger never appeased by anger, but applying loving kindness. Okay. So how can we control our anger? Yeah, I said it's applying loving kindness. Yes, we can control. If I ask you, can medicine help us to overcome from anger? Can medicine help us to overcome anger? No, that doesn't work. Can money help you to overcome from anger? Can money help you to control your anger? That doesn't work. It doesn't matter how much money you may have, but the money may not help you to overcome from anger, right? And can medicine used to control anger? Can medicine help us to overcome from anger? Maybe not completely. Maybe for some time, but not completely, not forever. Can government control our anger? Can our parents control our anger? Can our parents control our anger? But you know that when the small children, when they cry, why sometimes the small children, they always cry because when they want to have something, right? When they demand something from their parents or from someone, if they don't get it, they cry. Maybe you may have cried before. So the crying is the only way to show their anger, right? It's small children, small kids. So once we provide them when they cry, so they stop crying and they stop doing all those nonsense things because they get what they want to get, right? So for the small children, yeah, giving things when they need, we can control their anger. But how can we control our anger? There are no any special outside tendencies or outside ways to control our anger. It is you yourself, the one who can control your anger. Anger can be controlled by yourself, not by your parents, not by your using money, not by applying or using medicine. No any natural forces can control your anger. But except what? Except yourself. You are the one who can control your anger, no one else. Okay? So listen carefully now. I will tell you very good teachings of the Buddha how to control our anger, right? And if you get angry constantly, you become very ugly. Believe me, trust me. The Buddha Sadhu said, those who always constantly get angry, they become very ugly. Okay? So, let's get some ideas about anger further, right? Why? What is anger? What are the causes for anger? Why do you think why people get angry? Can you tell me? Why do we think that people get angry? People get angry for nothing? People get angry for without any reason? There are a lot of reasons and causes for people to get angry actually. So, anger is a human emotion. It's a destructive emotion, right? Sometimes we use that emotion as a useful mechanism to prevent some threat, right? If some threatening things happen to your life, for example, if someone scolds you or if someone wants to hurt you, so sometimes you use anger as a mechanism, a useful mechanism to get revenge from someone, right? So anger is something like very powerful weapon, right? To use as a special survival mechanism from a certain threatening situation, right? So if you have some sort of threatening situation, so we use anger to overcome from that, to get protection from that threatening situation, okay? So that's the general meaning of anger. Just a thing like that, anger is like a destructive emotion that people experience in their life. It is not a good thing, it's not a positive quality to practice, but it's a destructive emotion that people used to have. And most of the time, nobody is free from anger. Everybody is bound to experience anger. No one is free from anger except enlightened beings, except Lord Buddha. All the other peoples in this world are bound to get angry. Even animals. Have you seen when animals get angry? Yes, no one is free from anger. Animal, human, all are bound to experience anger once in their life. Sometimes some people experience anger due to some personal reason, right? Because of some personal reason, some people get angry. And sometimes some people get angry at work. Sometimes the colleagues of the workplace are not really close to the people who are work with. Sometimes colleagues may do something wrong, so that may cause them to have some anger, right? We have seen that. Have you seen at your school, maybe in your school, in your classes also, sometime we may have seen some students, right? Some behavior of some students are not really good, so that make us to get angry. And sometimes, in some social situations, sometimes we get angry, right? Because of some social situations, we get angry, right? Like, for example, last time we had lockdown period, right? We have some restrictions. So during that time, how do you feel? Do you feel free from everything? No, we always get frustration of restrictions. We can't go out, we can't play, we can't gather, we can't do anything, we can't go to the school. We could not do almost everything, right? So because of that, we get angry. So because of some social situations, people tend to get angry, right? And also, anger can manifest in situations like disappointments in your life, right? For example, let's say that tomorrow is about to go to a trip, right? Let's say that tomorrow maybe you want to fly to another city. So before you fly, so you get to know that you may know that, oh, you are positive for COVID-19. So you get disappointment, right? You can't go to your holiday. You can't travel anymore. You had to wait 2 weeks of quarantine, right? So that is a disappointment. So when you get that disappointment, how do you feel? You feel very angry, right? Very angry with coronavirus, angry with restrictions, angry with leaders, angry with parents, and sometimes you angry with yourself. Isn't that so? That's true, right? And also sometimes because of frustrations, right? Sometimes, let's say that mostly we experience this. Our school starts at 8:30. Let's say that 8:30. So you are quite late to go to the school today. So you are on the road. You experience heavy traffic on the road, right? Too many thousands of cars on the road, maybe because of the accidents. So freeway is full of vehicles. So your vehicle may not move. So you are late to the school. So in that situation, that traffic make you frustrated, right? That frustration make you angry, right? Right? Isn't that so? That's true. And also annoyance, something which make you annoyed. Sometimes, let's say that you are studying. Let's say that you study at night. Maybe you revise your things, you memorize your things. So let's say that your brother or your sister or neighbor plays music loudly or having party. So you may get annoyance of that incident, right? You get annoyed. Isn't that so? So you get frustration, you get annoyance, and your anger is increased. Isn't that so? So these things can occur in the society within us. And also injustice. Because of injustice, sometimes we feel anger. right? For example, now a very good example, if I give you, in Ukraine and Russia, now they have war between these two countries, right? And we feel that Ukrainians are very helpless and very innocent people. So we always think that Russians should stop the war and then give justice to the Ukrainians. So you think that invading Ukraine is injustice, right? It is not justice things to do. So because of that injustice, you feel angry. You want Russia to stop this war, right? You show your anger. Please stop the war. Please stop the war. So you showing your anger, right? Because of that injustice. And also some form of loss. If you experience some loss in your life, sometimes you get angry, right? Sometimes if you drop your mobile phone, very expensive mobile phone due to some accident, right? Let's say that you use your mobile phone and suddenly your brother or your sister jump into your body or jump into you, and then suddenly you drop your valuable phone, right? And then it dropped and it broke. So how do you feel? You feel very angry with your brother or sister. Isn't that so? So that's something, if you lose something, you feel angry, right? So those are the consequences of anger. So always when the things are not going well, when the things do not exist well as we expect, then we create anger. When everything does not happen smoothly as we expect, then anger may occur in you, right? But we have to understand that not everything, it is not possible to happen everything smoothly with according to our expectation, right? The things may change quickly and suddenly. We have to accept that change, right? So when the things are going well, when the things are perfectly run well, we feel very happy. But when the things are unfavorable to you, when the things do not happen according to your wish, then people get angry. That is not good, right? And I want to tell you a very good story of the Lord Buddha that happened during the Lord Buddha. Okay, listen that one. So sometime before I tell that story, normally when the people get angry, they show their anger in three ways: physically, verbally, and mentally. Physically, verbally, and mentally. This is how they show their anger. Physically, they want to abuse. Verbally, they want to show some angry words towards them. Mentally, they create anger within them, right? And then they express their anger in three ways. To illustrate this point, I would like to bring a very good story to you. There was a woman during the times of the Buddha, aristocratic woman, a very rich lady, and she was a widow one. This lady was very famous during the times of the Buddha. Because of two reasons she was very famous. One reason is that she was extremely rich woman, and the other reason is that she believed to be a very kind person. She was very benevolent lady. She was very kind actually. Because of these good qualities, because of rich and kind, she was really famous. And this lady had a housemaid. Okay. So one day, this lady wanted to test her mistress, the boss. She wanted to check her boss whether this lady is really kind and helpful and innocent, or just she pretend to be like that. So this housemaid, she wanted to check, okay? And then what did she do? She slept at night and wake up very late in the midday. Maybe she woke up around, let's say that maybe 10:30 or 12:30, midday, okay? And then the mistress knew that she woke up very late, and she was not happy with that. But she didn't say anything. She just say some words, not really angry words, but say some words, right? It said that she chided the maid, chided the maid. And then next day, the following day also, the maid did the same thing. She woke up late again. Then what that mistress did? She was so furious and she was so angry, and she took the stick and beat her, struck her with the stick. And then this incident, this news spread all over the city, right? People came to know that this is not the really good lady as they thought about before. Why? Because she got angry. She really got angry because of that incident. And then not only her lost her maid, and also she lost her reputation as well. She lost her reputation, and also she lost her faithful, loyal maid because of that anger, right? So what can we learn from this story? So she was very good when the things going well, but when the things are unfavorable to her, then she started to show her anger, right? That is not good things, right? In our life also, in the society, sometimes we may also experience some unsatisfactory things, right, happen around us when the conditions are not going well around us, surrounding us. So we feel frustrated, or we feel angry, right? We get angry. And also it is said that when others are good, we feel to become very good. When others are bad, we feel to become evil, right? Like that lady, right? She was very good at the beginning because of that maid, and then because of that behavior of the maid, she got angry, right? So we have to understand that not everything in the society, everything surrounding us do not happen, do not exist smoothly as we wish. Those things can change sometime, right? Not everything happens smoothly in our life, right? You have to understand that. If you experience good things today, sometime tomorrow you may experience bad things around us, right? Sometimes good things happen today, sometimes bad things may occur again in the society tomorrow. Not every time we can experience good things to be taken place in the society, right? So these are the things why people get angry, how people get angry. Now we have to understand how people act when they get angry. Have you seen people who got angry, and have you seen how they act? Have you seen how people act when they get angry? How do you know? How do you think? What do they do when they get angry? We have to understand that the actions of the angry people. Sometimes how do they show their anger? How do they show their anger? They use sometimes they shout, right? Sometimes they shout. Sometimes they're shouting, screaming, right? Maybe when you are get angry, maybe you scream a lot because you can't hit your parents. You can't hit your brothers and sisters. You only know how to scream, right? And also if you want to get something from your parents, so if they don't give you, what do? You scream, you cry, you shout, please give it to me, I want it, I want it, I don't want to eat rice today. I don't want to go to sleep, I don't want to go to school, give it to me. So this is how people act when they get angry. They shout, they scream, and also sometimes they make threats, right? Sometimes they make threats to other people. I kill you, I hate you. Right? Sometimes people do that. Right? Don't come to my eyes, don't come to see me, don't ever see me again. So sometimes some people show their anger in that way, shouting. Right? That is not good. And also sometimes they show some physical aggressions in the form of harming, right? Sometimes some people we have seen how they show their anger. Physically, sometimes they harm others, right? Sometimes they use guns, weapons, and the knives, and also some other kind of items to kill or hurt others. That's how they show their anger, right? If I tell you a very good example, let's say that when we drive on the road, and then when we drive, maybe there may be a driver behind us. So we are about to cross the traffic light. So sometime maybe, let's say that lady driver is in front of us, and behind is a male driver. Okay. Normally I see this. Okay. I never take anyone's side because when the lady driver drives, she slowly, carefully drives, right? And when the male driver drives, he wants as fast as he can. He wants to drive fast, right? And he is always, the male drivers are very in hurry. They are in hurry. They want to drive fast. So let's say that the female driver is in front of the male driver. And so when the yellow lights are there, I am talking about the traffic light. Is there any other word for that light? Green light, yellow light, red light? Or is there, I don't know that word. Is there any other word? It's a yellow light? Okay, let's say that, okay. So, if the yellow light is still there, we still can go, right? It still has some chance to go, but sometimes we stop it. We don't want to get any risk, right? So we still stop it. And then sometimes the behind driver, he thinks he still can go, still can cross the lights. And then soon after all we stop, then he started to shouting, why don't you move your car? Please move your car. Why? Are you sleeping inside the car? So sometimes they scold like that, right? If you do not know how to drive, you stay at home. Don't drive cars. So sometimes they do like that. And then if the women, lady, if she responds, then the quarrel is going to be a serious one. And sometimes they may end up with fighting on the road. We have seen that. That is the cause of anger. That's how anger manifests. That's how anger does the things, right? That's how anger puts the actions into practice, right? So therefore, anger is not a good thing in our life. It is not a good thing to practice. Not only that, sometimes some people throwing things, right? Throwing things to the other people. Sometimes they throw themselves too. Why? Because they are very angry. That's how people show their anger. And sometimes they break things, right? Sometimes they break valuable things to show their anger, right? Sometimes they break the windows of the car. Sometimes they break the total public properties in order to show their anger, right? So last time in Melbourne City, we saw some protests going on, right? And then how do they act? They throw stones to the police, right? They throw stones to the public properties. That's how they destroy the things, because of this anger. So anger is a destructive weapon, right? Is it not a good thing to practice? And also sometimes they destroy some kind of objects as well, right? So sometimes, let's say that you use your computer. When the computer suddenly stops, and if the computer takes so long to shut down, if the computer takes so long to turn it on, so maybe you are very angry. You can't wait until the computer completely on or shut it down. Then what do? Sometimes you break it, you throw it, you break the object, right? That's how people show their anger. That is not the good way to show their anger, because they do not have control over the anger, right? That is not really good. And sometimes they do some physical injuries, right? I have seen some people, some students who are addicted to drugs. So sometimes when they get angry with the people, when they get angry with the police, when they get angry with their parents, sometimes they injure themselves. They cut their hands, they hurt themselves, right? Because of this anger. So when the anger comes to you, you do not know what you need to do. You become blind when you get angry. You do not know what to take, what good decisions to be taken. You do not know. Your mind completely become blind when anger strikes you, right? That is not good thing. And also sometimes some disasters like physical injuries and even some death. Sometimes some people find solution from their lives, right? Because of this anger, right? Let's say that sometimes their mother, father advise them, do not do these things. Do not go with your friends. Do not do that things. So sometimes when the parents advise them, then children get angry. When they get angry, what do? Sometimes they leave from the house. They don't come back to house. And they sometimes even they find some solution from their lives, right? Sometimes they get died because of some accidents or because of them some incident that they use, like commit suicide, something like that, right? All those things are taken place in their life because of this anger. We have to control this anger. If you do not control this anger, danger is always with you. Danger is always follows you. Therefore, we have to control this anger. Now, there is a very good example to understand this anger. Anger is compared to a flashlight. When the flashlights are on, how do you feel? You become blind for a short time, temporarily, right? Because when the flashlights are on, we suddenly become blind. Isn't that so? Have you experienced that before? Yes. Then this anger is something like flashlight, right? When anger strikes in you, you do not know what you need to take good decision of productive decision at the right time, right? Therefore, it is very, very dangerous to make any decision when you are angry. Do not make any decisions when you are angry. You have to wait until your anger disappears. Understand? And I want to tell you some consequences of anger, some bad problems of anger. We have to understand that what happens physically, mentally if you get angry. I have list of problems. I have put list of problems of anger. I want to tell you. Anger tends to persist longer and longer. Anger remains. If you get angry, that anger may remain always with you, right? And also anger occurs more frequently than earlier. If you let your anger to strike you, to come into you, that anger may come time to time, frequently than earlier. So do not welcome the anger into your mind, right? And also one gets angry in inappropriate situations. So you do not know that the situations are good or bad not to be angry, or it's a good situation to be avoid getting angry. So you do not understand the proper, it is an appropriate situation or inappropriate situation to be get angry or not to get angry when this anger comes to you. And also there are some other problems also, mental problems, anxiety. Your anxiety will increase if you get angry, and depression may come into you if you get angry, right? So these are the mental health problems if you get angry always, right? And also poor self-esteem, right? You may get a poor health condition if you get angry always. And also self-harm. People who get angry all the time, they find solution by harming them, right? That is not good. And also sleep disorders. So if you get angry constantly, you can't sleep well. Why? Because when you go to bed at night, so if you are angry, the sleepiness may not come. You always thinking that how I get revenge, how to revenge from that, how to revenge that person, how to get revenge from that person, how to attack that person, how to show my anger to that person. So you have such kind of mental tendencies in your mind if you get angry, right? You can't sleep well. If you not believe me, try to be angry at night before you go to sleep. You can't sleep. Yeah, it's really you can't sleep. And also eating disorders. You can't eat properly if you get constantly angry. You hate food when you are angry, right? You can't see the food because you are very angry. You hate the food. And also sometimes increased drugs and alcohol consumption. Some people who always get angry, so they find some solutions from drugs, right? So the consumptions of drugs may increase if they get drunk or if they get always anger, right? So therefore, please don't welcome anger into your life. And also not only that, anger can lead physical health problems as well, right? High blood pressure. So you may get high blood pressure if you get angry because you have some hormone, adrenaline things occur inside your body when you get angry, right? So this adrenaline, right? That's the word. Adrenaline may come to you inside your body when you get angry. So that may cause you to very serious problems like physical problems like increased heart rates, your heartbeats become increased. Why? Because of this anger. And also sometimes increased muscles tone, right? Sometimes have you seen when you get angry your muscles tones like dancing your muscles, right? Yeah, this is how the anger can affect us. And also feeling hot. Sometimes you feel very hot when you are angry. Isn't that so? You feel very hot. Your body becomes very hot when you get angry, right? And also you sweating a lot, right? So when you get angry, these kind of physical problems may appear, right? And sometimes you get dry mouth, right? I have experienced that as well. Before I became a monk, I have experienced that. Yeah, our mouth become dry when we get angry. When I get angry, when you get angry, that's happen. That's physical problem. And also high cholesterol levels. Your cholesterol level may increase if you constantly get angry. And also coronary heart diseases. You may experience heart diseases, heart attack, and heart blocking. All those things may come to you if you get angry always. And also gastric problems, ulcer, heartburn, all those things may happen to you if you let anger strikes you, right? And also you may experience low immunity, immunity leading to infections. Yeah, your immunity will be a lower one if you get angry constantly. And also skin disorders. Your skin become ugly if you get angry all the time. Okay, please stay pretty and beautiful always. Don't get angry. Angry may create lots of problems. And also, these are the problems, physical problems that people experience anger. And these all about the common problems in the society when people get angry. Now I want to tell you anger in Buddhism. How Lord Buddha defined this anger. What the Lord Buddha has told about anger. All the things previously I told you, all this general understanding and common understanding of anger. So now let's look at the Buddhism, how Lord Buddha look at this anger. What Lord Buddha has taught to the people about this anger. Listen carefully, this is a very interesting part. So what is the Pali term for anger? Dosa, right? And dvesa in Sanskrit. So dosa is one of the unwholesome tendencies in the mind. Lobha, dvesa, moha, right? Greed, hatred and delusion. There are three unwholesome roots in the mind. So the Buddha said, the Lord Buddha said that dosa, hatred is one of the unwholesome tendencies in the mind. So the Buddha said, define this word anger into many words. So he said, ill will, right? So I got a translation from the Pali text. The anger refers to ill will, aversion, hatred, resentment, and also animosity, annoyance, and also malice, irritation. So those all the terms refer to anger according to the explanation of the Buddha. So the people who are disturbed, people who has this dosa, hatred, they they usually create unwholesome actions physically, verbally, mentally, right? So this is not the wholesome quality. This is not wholesome quality. If the person has this dosa, hatred, that person may act physically, verbally, mentally in his life, unwholesome actions, verbally, physically and mentally, right? So the Buddha said this is negative aspect of the life. I said hatred is not the good thing, it's not the wholesome thing. He said we have to eradicate it. And several discourses of the Buddha, several teachings of the Buddha, he said the anger can cause us many problems. One of his teaching, he said, Kodana Sutta in Anguttara Nikaya, numerical discourses of the Buddha, he said, if someone experiences this anger, anger will become ugly and miserable and also sleep poorly, suffering from pain, right? The Buddha said, and will not successful or prosperous in whatever career in the life, and also lose rightly earned wealth. So if you get angry, your wealth may lose actually. And also you may lose your reputation, right? If you get angry, you may lose your reputation. Nobody wants to be with you because everybody know that you are an angry bird, right? Everybody may think that you are an angry bird, so I don't want to be with you. Hot-tempered person, right? So, and also will lose your friends and relatives. You may lose your friends and relatives if you keep getting angry all the time. Nobody wants to be with. No, your relatives come and to be with you. Why? Because they know that you get angry. So you will lose your friends and relatives. And the dangerous thing is that after you died, you will reborn again in a lower realms in the future. After you die, the Buddha said, because of this anger, dosa. So dosa is a completely unwholesome quality in the mind. So we should not develop. And one of his another teaching, he said, Leka Sutta, a very important teaching of the Buddha. He said that there are three types of people who usually get angry. Maybe you are one of them, right? Listen. He said there are some people like letters carved or written on the rock. Can you erase something if you write something on the rock? Can you erase it easily? it doesn't work, right? You can't erase easily. So there are some people who usually get angry and they remain their anger for a long time. Isn't that so? Right? For the so small matter, for the small simple thing, sometimes they get angry and they keep that anger for many years. Right? Something like letters written on the rock. Right? The wind and the dirt may not wash that letters away. Right? So same like that, some people, when they get angry, they do not easily let anger overcome from their mind. They keep that anger for a long time. And also there are some people like letters written in the sand, right? So if you write something in sand, so sometimes due to wind and some dirt may come and wash those letters away sometimes later, right? So sometimes there are some people like that. They get angry sometimes, but their anger sooner or later disappear from them. They don't keep it for a long time, right? If they keep it for a long time, they always find ways to get revenge from the enemies, right? So this anger may come again and again. So if someone can eradicate and get rid of from this anger, so anger may not come again. And the third type of people, there are some people like letters written in the water and air. So these are the good people. They get angry, but they don't let anger to spoil them. So when someone speaks abusively or abusive words, he just listens, but he responds with courteous and polite response without getting angry with them. So we have to be like them. We have to be letters written on air. The people like letters written in air and water, right? So these are the people, three categories of the people that when the Buddha described in terms of anger. So now, how Lord Buddha said, told us to control this anger. How can we control this anger? So we know that anger is a destructive weapon. It's an unwholesome quality, and we should not let it come, and we should not let it develop and grow inside us. So we should know how to overcome from the anger. The Buddha said that please do not let negative tendencies, negative thoughts to come into your mind. If you let anger, hatred, ill will, jealousy to come into your mind, then you create your anger within you. So as long as anger thoughts, as long as unwholesome thoughts come to your mind, you may create anger within you. So the good thing that you have to be very mindful about your thoughts. Please do not welcome all those negative thoughts into your mind. If you let them come into your mind, then you call in your anger to come, right? So always good to be mindful when thoughts come to your mind. You have to be very attentive. You have to be very mindful when the thoughts come into your mind, right? If the good thoughts, please let them come. If the thoughts are bad, please avoid them. Don't let them come into your mind. And also, the Buddha said that in the Dhammapada, he said two verses, two very important verses. He said that nahi verena verani, the anger never appeased by anger. Anger only be appeased by loving kindness, right? And he said again in the Dhammapada, he abused me, he beat me, he defeated me, he robbed me. In those who harbor, in those who let those thoughts to come into their mind, and that hatred, the thoughts of hatred will never ease, right? So we should not harbor those words. We should not harbor those mental tendencies to come into our mind. If you let them to come into, to arise in your mind, then you want to revenge from your enemies, right? You want to shout, you want to show your anger, because your thoughts always persuade you to act in that way, right? So therefore, the Buddha said that please, if you get angry always, please, you know that anger is not the solution to your problems. Anger never appeased by anger. anger only be appeased by loving kindness. Understand? It's something like that. If the room is very dark, what do you need to do? If the room is very dark, how did you get away from the darkness? Yeah? Turn the light on. Yeah. Darkness cannot be dispelled by darkness. Darkness can only be dispelled by brightness, light, right? Something like that. Your anger cannot be overcome by anger. Your anger can be only overcome from loving kindness, right? So please, when your father and mother tell you something again, do not get angry with them. Anger is not the solution to those problems. So anger may never appeased by anger. Show them loving kindness. If they scold you, don't mind them. If they hate you, don't mind them. Just show your loving kindness towards them. Say some lovely words to them. Right? That's how we should practice. I know it is quite hard. I know it is quite difficult to do, but it works. Try to practice it. And also, we have to be very mindful about the mental thoughts, right? Mental thoughts. Sometimes jealousy may come to your mind. Sometimes anger may come to your mind. Right? If you are very mindful about those thoughts, if you can train your mind to be mindful about the thoughts, then you don't have to worry about anger, right? This anger always arises because of these negative thoughts which arise in the mind. And in another place, Buddha said that if somebody can control his bodily actions, he said in this way, good in restraint in deed, good in restraint in speech, good in restraint in mind. That means if someone can control his mind, bodily action, verbal actions, and mental actions, then he does not have to be worried. He may not experience sorrow in his life, because there is no point to get angry if you always perform wholesome deeds verbally, mentally, physically, right? There won't be any enemies if you can perform good verbal conducts, good mental conducts, and good physical conducts, right? So therefore, the Lord Buddha always asks us to perform wholesome qualities through your mind, through your mouth, and also through your body, verbal, mental, and physical actions. And also one of the researchers, I got it from the internet, he said there's a very good effective method to control our anger. So he said that if you get angry constantly, Thomas Jefferson, he said, one of our researchers, I think, he said in this way, if you get angry, count 1 to 10. Count 1 to 10 if you get angry. So if you get angry, just stay someplace, count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Don't count very fast, okay? Then you get angry again. So slowly you can count 1 to 10. Okay? Apply this method. It's a very effective one. Next time when you get angry with your grandfather or grandmother or with your father or mother, when they ask you to do something, your parents also you can do this. Not only children. Parents also can do that. When you get angry, please stay calm, count 1 to 10. And if you get very angry, he said count 1 to 100, from 1 to 100. So your anger will disappear. You can use this method, very effective method, right? You can count it, okay? And also, there is a very good recipe to control our anger as well. If you get angry all the time, you can repeat these ideas mentally. You go to the quiet place and repeat this. I can control my anger. You can repeat this mentally. I can control my anger. I can subdue this anger. So you can control like that. I will keep cool and be unsuffered. So you can do like that. And I will unmoved by anger like a rock, right? You should not let anger to move you, right? You have to be like a rock. When the anger strikes, don't let yourself move because of this anger. And also, I am courageous and full of hope. So you have to repeat these lines mentally. Repeatedly, you have to say them again and again. And also, the Buddha said again in another place, he said, if you want to control your anger, you have to do this, you have to practice this. There are 4 methods. He said, to prevent negative thoughts from arising. Don't let negative thoughts to arise in your mind. And he said again, eradicate those thoughts already arisen in your mind. If some negative thoughts already arisen and happen in your mind, eradicate them. Go wash them away, right? And also he said, foster positive thoughts. Let positive thoughts to come, arise again, and maintain those positive thoughts always. So then you don't have to worry about anger. Anger may disappear. And I want to tell you a very good story, okay? Very funny story. Listen carefully, children. You know that wild boar? Have you seen wild boar? Wild pig, right? The pig who live in the jungle. Have you seen that? The black color one? Yeah, I have seen in Sri Lanka a lot, right? So, this pig, I say pig, okay? This pig, one day he wanted to challenge the lion. He wanted to challenge the lion. Lion, who is the lion? Lion is the king of the beast, right? He is the king of the jungle, we believe it, right? So it says that. So this foolish pig, he wanted to challenge this brave lion. So this pig got up from his dung heap. Dung heap? That's a very disgusting thing, right? Because the pigs like to have disgusting muddy thing, right, around their body, right? It's very smelly creatures, right? If you see the pigs, very smelly. They eat mud, they eat garbage, they eat disgusting thing. So this pig wanted to go and challenge the lion. So he got up from his dung heap and went to the lion, and he challenged. He said, I want to fight with you. He said to the lion, I want to fight with you. Do you know what the lion did? The lion, of course, the lion turned his nose at the smelly creature. He closed his nose. Why? Because it's very smelly. And without responding, without giving any response to the pig, he turned his way and stepped back. He took the wise decision at that time. He took the wise decision. Why? The pig is very foolish creature, and of course, he can't be a king of the jungle. So, lion stepped back, right? Step back means he did not go to fight or did not go to respond with this foolish man. So, from this story, what I want to tell is that if you get any bad words from someone, any abusive words from someone, please act wisely. Do not go to response to those words, right? Do not show your response to those negative words if they tell you. Step back as a wise person, right? If you try to respond to those words, the danger may come to you, right? Therefore, it is always good not to get angry with someone who tell you. I know it is a very difficult thing to do, but if you can practice it, you will be the winner of your life. No enemies may come to you, right? You can lead a very peaceful life, right? Don't act with foolish people. Don't try to respond to the foolish people, actions of the foolish people. Sometimes foolish people, they always want to have quarrel, fight with us, right? They want to create some burden, trouble with us. But always it is best to keep quiet and stay away from that situation. That is how wise people should act, right? And also there's another story, very good story of the Lord Buddha. One day, a monk, he was practicing meditation. He was practicing meditation very well, and then actually at the beginning he was able to concentrate his mind, but later on he was not able to concentrate his mind because of the loud singing voice from someone. The lady, one little girl who was there, she was singing very loudly. So that sound distracted the meditation of the monk. The monk could not concentrate his mind because of this sound. But did the monk get angry with that sound and with that girl? No, the monk did not get angry with that girl or sound. What the monk did? The monk used that sound as a meditative object to concentrate on. He did not get angry with the lady, he did not get angry with the sound. That's how we should do. So whenever in your life, whenever in your surrounding in your life, whenever you experience some unfavorable conditions in your life, in your surrounding, do not bother with them, right? Just let them happen. Make every possible circumstance as a good thing in your life. Think every possible circumstances are good things and good way to practice your loving kindness. Do not get angry with them. So these two stories teach us very good lessons, right? So first, we should not act with the foolish people. If they try to attack, when they try to attack us or when they try to scold us, please stay away from them. And also when the things happen, unfavorable conditions happen around you, don't bother with them, right? So these are the good stories of the Lord Buddha and good advice of the Lord Buddha, how we can control our anger. And I want to teach you how to practice loving kindness in words, right? We always have to practice this loving kindness meditation. How do we practice? First, you can spread your love towards yourself. How do you do that? You can say in this way, may I be free from enemy. May I be free from anger. May I be free from hatred. May I be free from ill will. So if you can constantly repeat these formulas, these verses, always your mind become very pure and wholesome. Never ever anger may come into your mind. Never ever hatred may arise in your mind. So please practice these things. They are not really hard. So very simple. And also you can say, may I be free from suffering. May all the sentient beings be free from suffering. May all the sentient beings be free from anger, ill will, hatred. May I be happy. May I live peacefully. Right? That's how we should know, that's how we should practice loving kindness meditation. And also you can think in that way also. May I be safe. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. And you can tell, may my parents be safe. May my parents be happy. May my parents be well. And may my parents be peaceful. Then you can tell again, may my friends be well and happy and safe and peaceful. And may all the sentient beings be safe, well and happy. So that's how we should generate loving kindness towards all the sentient beings. Okay? And that is the conclusions of the talk. And before I conclude my talk, I want to give you a very good guideline to practice to control your anger. This is very good tips to control your anger for the last part of the talk. Okay, conclusion. For the conclusions of the talk, I want to give you these good tips to control your anger. First one, if you want to control your anger, please recollect the qualities of the Buddha. Recollections of the qualities of the Buddha. Right? If you do not know what are the qualities of the Buddha, you get to know from your parents. You ask them, or you can Google. And also, by recalling some good qualities of the hated person. So if you can recall some good qualities of your enemy, let's say that your close friend is your enemy, right? Your classmate is an enemy, or the person you hate very much. So think about recall some good qualities that friend has towards you. So recalling some good qualities of the friend may help you to overcome from anger. That's the second one. By remembering the ownership of the karma. So you are the responsible for your own karma, your own actions. If you get angry constantly, the result may experience you in this life, in this very life, or in your next life. So in your next birth, you will be an ugly person. Have you heard about the story of the Kali Yakini? Right? So that is a danger of anger. So you have to know that the owner of the karma, owner of your actions is you, no one else. If you get angry, your result may not get your father. It's you yourself, you get the results of your anger, either in this life or in your next life. So that's the danger of anger. And also by cultivating thoughts of loving kindness to all living beings. Please cultivate good thoughts, positive thoughts, loving kindness, compassionate thoughts toward all living beings. Then you can have a peaceful environment, harmonious environment. Right? And also by not letting your mind to be polluted by evil thoughts towards the person who has wronged to you. Right? Please do not let your mind to get polluted by all those evil thoughts. If you let your mind to welcome all those evil thoughts, then you try to put them into actions. You try to physically hurt others. You try to verbally hurt others. You try to mentally hurt others. Right? That's how you act if you let anger arise in your mind. Understand? And that is the conclusion of the talk. Thank you for listening, and Theruvan Sarana.